All right, let's see what we're working with here.
One time on Twitter, I heard Ariana was pregnant, so I got pregnant so we could be pregnant at the same time. Turns out it was just a rumor.
What? Wait.
Ariana.
Wait, that's Miranda Sings. Or I guess Colleen. What's up, everybody? Kevin Bene back again, back from the holiday craze. I hope everybody had a fabulous holiday season with their friends and family. Happy New Year, 2019. Let's do this. All right, so in this video, I'm gonna go step by step on how to learn music by ear. It's gonna be a beginner video. If you're not used to learning music by ear, this will be a really great one to start. You know, learning music by ear is a very simple process, but it's not an easy process, meaning it takes time and dedication to get it down and to develop that part of your musicianship. Ear training, which is what that is. It's the first thing I recommend anyone does to develop that ear to instrument connection, and it's probably the best thing you can do to develop that ear to instrument connection. If you don't want to talk about ear to instrument connection, I'll put a little tag right there. Again, learning things by ear, super great for your musicianship. It also is gonna help you memorize things a lot easier and help you execute what you are hearing in your head out into your instrument, or just help you improvise a lot better. So in a second, I will demonstrate it with a top 40 song that everyone's been pretty crazy about, the Ariana Grande Thank You Next song. I've never played this song on my instrument or tried to learn it. I've heard it a few times, not that much. So it'll kind of be a good real-time demonstration of how to learn music by ear. You know, top 40 songs are great songs to start learning by ear because they're machined to get really stuck in your head, stuck in your ear. They call them earworms. And that's gonna help a lot with learning music by ear, and I'm gonna show you exactly why in a second here. Okay, so let's get into it, as I always say. The first thing you wanna do with any music you wanna learn by ear is listen to that thing like 1,000 times. I'm not kidding. Like, honestly, you should strive to listen to it 50 times, if you can. Maybe like 30. I don't know. A lot. You want to do it as much as you can to the point where you could basically sing along with the music. You really want to strive to try to sing along with the music with your voice. It's great to start out with listening to the song as you're listening to it this 50 to 1,000 times. Doing it in your head, singing along in your head to the music, almost like the music is making like a footprint in your mind, that aural space in your mind. So yeah, you want to listen to it as much as you can until you can sing it out loud with your voice with the recording. If this is a little difficult, you can segment the song or the solo or whatever by bar, or even honestly starting out, if you've never done this before, just take the first note and see if you can match the pitch with your voice. Then take the second note, then the first phrase, you know, and you kind of just keep tacking on singing with the music. And the best way to do this, honestly, is stop the recording, rewind, play it, stop the recording, rewind, play it, until you kind of get the gist of it. You can use a looping app or looping software. I use for all my recording and engineering, producing things, Reaper, R-E-A-P-E-R. It's a free program. They recommend you do pay, I think it's like $60, but you can use it free for as long as you want. So definitely recommend that. That's an Apple or Windows thing. Go for it. So really take your time listening and trying to sing along with the recording. Don't be stingy with it, be patient, because you want to make sure you're matching the pitches and the inflections of how the singer is singing it or the soloist is playing it, and you're gonna internalize it way better, and it's gonna be much easier to bring it to the instrument. Please don't worry about if your voice is good or you sing well. It's all about just the pitches and the inflection. That's all it is. All right, so when you get really comfortable singing along with the recording, you then want to try to sing the solo or the song without the recording, with just your voice and nothing else. And this is where the real fun part happens, because then you can just take what you're singing with your voice and then bring it to your instrument, really without the recording. But I do recommend referencing the recording. I mean, I do it, like I'll sing it and try to get it to my horn and just make sure I'm maybe in the right key, or just make sure I'm getting all the little nuances that I possibly may have missed, just to keep myself honest. So definitely recommend referencing the recording as you're trying to learn it from your voice. when you start getting the pitches and the phrasing and the rhythms, I recommend if you read music, try to transcribe a bit of it. You know, write it down on a staff paper. Also, what you can do, a lot of my students do, is just write down the letter names of the notes just so you kind of have it in your head and on paper, so you don't have to worry so much about the memorization. Take it a step further, you can actually put like a little dot or a line on top of the note depending on if it's a shorter note or a longer note. That's something you can do. But in the end, you do want to try to memorize what you're learning by ear. That's definitely a good practice to do. In a few moments here, I'm about to demonstrate this whole thing with that Ariana Grande Thank You Next song. But to recap everything, step by step, this is what you want to be doing. First, you want to listen to the recording like 1,000 times. At least 20 times, I'm talking. You want to make sure to get it really in your head to the point where you can sing along with the recording. Do that a bunch of times, and then, until you master that, take the recording away and sing without the recording. Then, from your voice, you're going to try to figure out the notes on your instrument from what you are singing. And then take it a step further, you can transcribe it. And then, of course, you always want to memorize this stuff. I mean, memorization, when you're learning things by ear, is extremely powerful. All right, let's get to the part that probably most everyone that's clicked on this video wants to get to, the clickbaity part. I'm going to put on the Ariana Grande song.
Thought I'd end up with Sean, but it wasn't a match. Wrote some songs about Ricky, now I listen and laugh.
Okay, that's it. That was the first, like, 4 phrases, 2 phrases. I'm gonna go back.
Thought I'd end up with Sean.
That's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna sing that with the lyrics. Okay, here we go. Thought I'd end up with Sean. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna sing along with it. Thought I'd end up with Sean. So I'm gonna take the lyrics out because the saxophone doesn't sing in lyrics, but it's good to start with the lyrics. So ba-da-da-da-da-da. That's what it is. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. So let's see where we're gonna start. So that first note we gotta get. Da, da-da-da-da, da. Okay, so what is that? I'm kind of gonna dumb down a little bit just so you get the idea. So da. That's not right. Da. That's not really right. The note is higher than that. This is what I played. And it's da. So I gotta go higher. So from here, you want to think, okay, what note is higher? That might be that note. So only da 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 da, right? Da. So that's too high. So now I gotta split the difference. Gotta figure out what's in between there. Da da da. There it is, okay? I'm not going to tell you the notes because that would defeat the purpose. I want you guys to figure this out by ear. So there you go. So a little trick that you can do, from the first time I played the note, I knew it was lower than the actual pitch of the song. You can go up chromatically until you find the pitch. So it's ba da da da. So it's here. I got to get to da. So that's where it is. That's a little bit of a cheating way to do it, but to start out, that's totally fine. The trick you really want to do is try to hear the note in your head, or hear your instrument in your head, so you can nail the note right away. But the more you do this, it's going to really strengthen that skill. All right, let's keep going. So thought I'd end up with Sean. That's the lyrics. Da 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 na 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 na. So that's only 3 notes repeated though. So I'm gonna see if I can just figure that out. So that's it right there. Right there. I'm not thinking of a key or anything. Like, I don't care what key this is in. I'm purely going off of just what notes are what she's playing. There you go. That's the first phrase. Let's keep going here. Second phrase.
But it wasn't a match.
But it wasn't a match. But it wasn't a match. So ba-da-da-da-da-da. I think that's 4 notes. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep. So I know it starts on the same note, and it sounds like it's very similar to that first phrase. So I'm just kind of going to go right down the same notes I did. I know there's one more pitch in there. Da, ba, ba, da, ba, da, da. So what is that note? Da. There it is. So that whole phrase, or just that second part of the phrase. But it wasn't a match. Cool. So let's add the first phrase and the second phrase. Actually, let's play it with her. What the heck?
Wrote some songs about Ricky.
Okay, there we go. That's different. Wrote some songs about Ricky. Okay, there's like a little melismatic note where she has a different pitch on the same syllable. Ricky, right there. So, hold on, let's do it one more time.
Wrote some songs about Ricky.
Wrote some songs about Ricky. Okay, again, it's starting on the same note I've been doing, and it sounds like those next couple notes are the same as well. So it's da 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 da. Now there's one more note. Ricky, Ricky. There you go. So I'm finding this is very scalar. Okay, so that makes it extremely simple. There it is. Wrote some songs about Ricky. Go. Let's do the whole thing. Cool. Let's do. Now I listen and laugh. It's a little different, similar to the last phrase. It's a different rhythm. Da 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 da. So very similar to the last phrase, but just slightly different rhythms. All right, let's do that first phrase all together. I don't know the next part. I'm not gonna do the whole song just because it does have some profanity in it, and I want to keep my channel PG. I like this part though. That part, I just want to learn that lick right there. Loved him. I don't know the words. I don't know what she's saying, but it's going. Loved him, la la. Loved him, la la. Okay, so you don't be a good singer for this. Ba-da-da-la. That's a whole different part. Something like that. Zaha, zaha. It's like that. I think it's something like that. That's it. That's a cool line. That's an R&B look there. You know, that's a great lick right there. So, you know, do that in 12 keys. But that's the idea. It's a cool song. It's a funny video too. Alright everyone, thanks so much for getting through that whole video. If you made it this far, you're like a die-hard, whatever, awesome. You're just awesomeness all around. So some of my subscribers I know are interested in trying to figure out how to transcribe some more difficult jazz solos or things like that. It can be a daunting task, and I want to break it down for you guys in my next video. But it definitely uses most of the skills that I talked about in this video, so that's why I wanted to put this one out first. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, subscribe with the bubble right there. Click on the link in the description below to be part of the crew. You get free tips and tricks on a weekly basis. First email that gets sent out, you'll get some free sheet music. That's gonna help with saxophone technique that I think you'll really enjoy. All right, everyone, thanks so much, and as always, stay inspired. This bangs, baby!